Continental Night 3, Theater of Pain. Let's start off with the flashback of them in the trunk. Which I thought was obviously a good touch because it pays it forward going forward in the episode. But yeah, I think they did a lot of showing, obviously where Winston came from before he had to throw the Molotov, and just, who his mother was and what kind of humble beginnings they had. And so obviously they were sleeping in the trunk. Mama gotta go out and walk the stroll.
Y'all sit here in this trunk and be safe. Here, Richie. Take this gun. Be safe.
A little crazy, but obviously, she
Richie
had to do
toting the gun while Mama go clear the pipes for some money. Yikes.
She had to do what she had to do. And then that leads into the story that he ends up telling the main person in the Bowery. I don't know if did we get her name?
Minzy or something like that.
Okay. That's what he ends up telling her is basically that he ends up telling her a story that she went into a bank and she tried to basically ask for a loan because his father wasn't there anymore. She was already working so many different jobs. And obviously the bank manager said, no, fuck off. Like, you're poor. You're making my establishment look crazy right now. And she did something that he never saw before, which was drop down to her knees and basically beg for money.
I scooped it, man.
To which he was like, no, get the fuck up off my floor for real. You're making my bank look crazy. And said,
then he bought that shit. Yeah. And then he bought it.
Yep. So I just thought it was very interesting to kind of see at least a little bit more of the humble beginnings of where they started from and what could have probably led them to Cormac. It's just them being poor and desperate for any kind of cash.
Facts.
The fight in the phone booth. Oh, that was way later on. I don't know why that was the first thing I started. Let's start off with
although that phone booth fight was crazy. That shit was nuts. That shit was fucking crazy.
It was such a good action scene.
Like it's one of those expressions that you use that you don't ever expect to see in real life. Like, put them in a phone booth and let's fight in a phone booth. No, literally. Get in this phone booth and let me give you the shit was nuts. Homeboy need to go take a self-defense class, fam. You can't be that vulnerable and be a cop.
He got fucked up multiple times.
Like, I don't even feel like KD would have got did like that in a phone booth.
Facts.
You gotta defend yourself at all times.
Crazy. Okay. I'm starting to see why they had Mel Gibson play Cormac after he went all Tony Montana on whatever drug he was huffing with the towel. That's perfect for Mel Gibson. Because at first it just kind of seemed like Cormac was just, you heard the stories about why he's such a monster, but like you didn't see it. And then when you saw it, it was like, oh, that's why this is Mel Gibson. That's why they got Mel Gibson to play Cormac, because he did it very fucking well.
I think this was the best episode for Cormac. I didn't really give a damn about him the first two episodes. I agree. They didn't give us a whole lot to care about.
Yeah.
He's just kind of the guy barking orders. This third episode is where he shined, for sure.
For sure. And you gotta kind of actually like the way that they did that, because they did. I wouldn't even say they built it up. I think if they had more time, they probably would have kind of built it up a little bit. But because it's only 3 episodes, it was flat, boom. Now we ramped up. But I kind of like the way that they did that, because then it really gave you a reason not to fuck with Cormac.
True. They started it off with killing the violin player, with killing James. Mm-hmm. And then it followed up with him telling Sharon, like, I own you, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then in this episode, he was just full on evil the whole way through. Like, he was the driving force of everything. So
for sure,
I felt it.
This is for all John Wick. The verbiage, like defensium, inimicus, excommunicado, all those things.
They love Latin, boy. They love Latin.
I love that shit, actually. I don't know what it is. It's just,
Did you take different. Latin?
No.
Most people that I know that take Latin love to hear it, because what the fuck did you take Latin for?
I think it's interesting.
Like, no, I never hear it. So
that's a fact. I like it because it's just different. Like, I don't see anybody else using kind of verbiage in that way. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a literal it's a language amongst them.
Sure.
Like amongst all the assassins, it's like they all know. What
they all know Latin. Yeah, okay, yeah. I got you. Yeah.
It's just like a dialect amongst them that they all know. Like, oh shit, like it just went into defensium, or it just this person's excommunicado. That's some big shit. Like, I don't know what it is about it. It's just their verbiage just kind of sticks out to me, and I don't know, I just kind of fuck with it. The scenes of action between Yin and the one twin and Lou and Miles and the other twin, crazy.
So I'm not gonna lie, I got some of the names switched up.
Okay.
Thought Miles was the white guy.
No, that was sniper.
It's like Hugh or something like that, or
Gene.
Gene, yeah, there you go, Gene.
Yep.
It's Gene. Yeah. I had the names mixed up. So when I was making my incorrect prediction about Gene being, Daddy Burton's daddy, I had those people mixed up. Yeah. But in any case, those were two excellent choreographed fight scenes.
Yes.
Especially the one between Yin and
Agreed.
old girl.
Agreed.
Like, they found a way to have the jump scare non-death when she like took her foot and brought it over her neck. I was like, that's a crazy way to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
but then
ooh, come here, bitch. And then she just wake up. Like, first of all, how did you pass out? What happened to you that made you pass out and wake back up?
And then she's a whole ass contortionist out here.
How you choke somebody like this? Like with your leg like that? How the fuck?
She had her in a fucking grapple with her leg.
With her leg going the opposite direction though. Like, you got
that was crazy.
Your ACL strong.
Yeah, no, something crazy. And then the way for it to end is she gets wrapped up in the C4 that Yin has strapped to her.
Blew her ass sky high.
She just said,
now, I'm confused, though, just a bit. Because before, when she had him dead to rights in the hallway and she was getting ready to blow him up, it was like, we're close enough. It's fine. We're all going to die right here.
Yep.
But then she has the vest on directly in front of her and explodes it, and she's completely unharmed. So were you just going to blow yourself up in front of them, or?
The only thing I can think of is that, and it doesn't make sense, but she was in water. And so some of the impact was...
Oh, when she hit the button, she was underwater?
Some of the C4 that was strapped around her was also underwater. So maybe that kind of broke some of it. It doesn't really make sense to me, but I'm trying
I'll take it as it is. I'm just saying.
Like, I'm trying to give them any bail at this point.
Yeah.
But the Yin scene was better, but I thought that the other scene was good too.
I enjoyed the Barton siblings.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Of course you did.
Shout out to my cousins. I understand why it happened the way it did, why it came full circle with her using her father's gun.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like that she had to give up on her code to beat him. I wanted to see her win with the martial arts because low-key, they cheated.
Sure.
Like, we were going for a martial arts fight, right? Yeah. Like we not shooting guns.
Mm-hmm.
We going hand-to-hand combat. And I even let y'all have an extra person. And so I got both of y'all dead to rights, and then you shoot me in the back of the head. I really won, and you kind of cheated to get out of it.
Little boy
sent a gun Asian through the fucking ceiling.
Little Asian boy being God in the machine, just...
Item, speak to me.
Here you go. That was crazy. Oh. It was as if the gun literally floated from the sky. Thank you. But I
know on his way down when he turned around, he was missing his eye. He was like, "What the fuck?"
Crazy. Lemmy's last words being, "I actually love an ascot." I hated that.
First of all,
I did hate that.
First of all, I hated the way he died because all right, I just sent a bomb up this chute.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Right? You know how these fucking chutes work. They're not one way. Right? Like, and I get it. He's supposed to be sending multiple bombs everywhere, but he wasn't doing shit. He was sitting there talking.
Yeah.
Just sitting the fuck around.
After getting he didn't get his ass whipped by the girl, but they had a tussle.
How the fuck are you standing at the same fucking chute that you just sent a bomb through? Ain't you supposed to be sending these bitches everywhere?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Come on, man. Move around, fam. And then as I'm calling you on the radio. What? Okay, I guess I better stand in the exact spot that I am right now, even though he's frantically trying to get in touch with me.
Crazy. Yeah,
Like,
that was...
Niggas start trying to get to me on the radio. Even if I can't hear what you're saying, I'm going to start looking the fuck around. Hold on, what?
Something.
What?
Something.
Huh? See the fucking grenade coming? Oh, shit. Gotta go.
And it's a mail chute, which sends envelopes. Doesn't make that much noise.
They were sending those capsules. It's kind of like the bank thing.
Okay.
You know how the bank sends the little things with your checks in it, the little holders.
So then the chutes make noise when something's coming through.
In. He should have known. Never mind the fact that he sent a grenade, not C4, a grenade.
Yes, which
with
would be
the firing
rattling.
pin at, which is gonna be rattling all the way through. How the fuck did this shit make it all the way back before it exploded?
Yeah, no,
how did it make it all the way back to the room before it exploded?
That is kind of wild.
He pulled the firing pin before he did all that shit and sent it on his way.
It should have exploded somewhere in the tube.
Well before it got all the way back there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And then not only that, but then it took us a couple seconds for it to explode once it actually reached him.
He got a chance to look at it and close his eyes. Like, nigga, you better do a backflip. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. Yeah, that was a little crazy.
It just seemed like they needed another tragic death. They couldn't go take the Continental without losing someone.
Sure. And I'm glad it was Lemmy out of everybody because I didn't want it to be Lou or Miles. That'd have been crazy.
They needed season 2 for this show, man. I'm telling you. There's too much in between where we left off here and the start of John Wick 1. Too much space, man. We need a season 2.
We'll get to closure as a whole here in a second. But I also liked... you also mentioned that obviously Gene and their dad is not gay. I think also we can see him canoodling with Homegirl as
the one he basically kidnapped so he can keep shooting.
Yeah, she
first of all, you need to watch her, Gene, because she's way too down for this situation.
For sure.
She thought an exterminator was getting rats out of her house, came home, and a nigga was shooting out the window. And now she about to go to the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens with him. That's a red flag, Gene.
It is.
It's a red flag, Gene.
For sure.
You gagged and tied her, Gene. And now you're about to go on a date. Red flag.
Botanical Gardens.
Red flag.
Yikes.
So yeah, no, I was definitely off about the hook. It's just that they made it seem so mysterious. Like, oh, what do you know? What do you know?
Yeah.
I was just okay, well, that's dumb.
And then the other thing I was going to talk about was, Homeboy basically destroying the dojo. I didn't
understand why she didn't fight. And then okay, so your dad actually used guns. He was an assassin. Big whoop. Why you gotta blow up the dojo though? Ain't that where y'all live?
Yeah.
You don't owe no money on that no more? You don't owe no money. Oh, okay.
I would have liked well, you know what? I guess since he obtained it by shooting the Asian family, I guess, sure, blow it up. I was going to say, I didn't like the fact that they lost pretty much everything in that. But
I didn't like the fact that they basically retconned his story from being a black dojo owner in Chinatown to a thief.
Yeah, a thief and
a murderer and a thief. Like, why was that a necessary note to leave this off on?
Sure. No, yep. Fair enough.
And then to correct it all, we got to blow up the black business in Chinatown. Hold on. What the fuck? Huh?
All because they didn't take cigarettes?
Huh? Y'all don't blow up y'all supermarkets in our neighborhood, even though they redlined y'all to death to do y'all businesses in our neighborhoods. Why don't you blow up the corner store? Blow up the bodega, huh?
Sure.
Huh?
Yep.
I ain't like that.
Okay. I actually did mention the Gene thing ahead of time because I was going to throw that into the whole closure thing, but you had already mentioned him not being gay, so whatever. The other two things of closure that I felt like I didn't really, I felt like I got one thing. I didn't get the other thing. Killing the adjudicator and showing her grill was not something that I expected, but I'm glad we received the closure.
I told you she ain't got no fucking lips.
You did.
I said.
You did.
You're gonna do it all the time. Just like that.
Her shit.
All day, every day. Up. I knew it.
Yep.
I said, I knew she had no fucking lips. I knew it. Fucking knew it.
And then we never got closure on the relationship between Winston and John Wick. Not that we were ever promised it.
We weren't.
But
I was expecting it, but we weren't promised it, so I'm fine. And also, they left just enough of an opening there for that to be the case.
Yeah.
We just needed to see it part 2. Continental part 2. Please. Or 4, 5, 6, I guess it would be, because technically part 1, 2, and 3 were the 3 episodes.
Do you have season 2s for miniseries?
I don't know, but I want to continue this shit, man.
Yeah.
We literally have not, like, I don't know what Cinderella, the movie, is coming out in 2024 is about.
Ballerina.
I don't know why I keep saying Cinderella. Ballerina. I don't know what it's about, but we still have this large ass gap in between John Wick 1 and where we just left off at the Continental.
Yes.
There's so much story there. I mean, we didn't move at all. We got right beyond him gaining the Continental. Done. There's so much story in there to tell.
There's that. There's Sharon. Sharon still has more story. He still hasn't caught up with his dad.
Sharon was about to get me upset, man, when he didn't shoot Cormac at first.
That kind of.
It about to make me mad. But then he bashes the dude's brains in with a fire extinguisher. I was like, how you go from not being able to pull the trigger on fucking Cormac, who you knew about the entire time because Richie told you? Frankie, damn it. Frankie told you and gave you guns and money. Why you ain't protect your homeboy?
For sure.
Why you ain't protect your mans? You had a gun? You should have went back and aired that bitch out.
Also, do Winston and KD have drug addictions now? Because they fell in love with whatever that drug was that made them better after getting shot. That's that heroin. That's that Gennard special. Right
That's that Gennard special. They done went to sleep if that's what that shit was.
No, that's a fact. Yeah, there's KD. Well, KD, what she's gonna do after, because she already clearly accepted whatever's going on.
That was the most nonsensical revenge death.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. A criminal overlord sent 2 children to your house to throw a Molotov cocktail through the window, and your lifelong journey is to kill the 5-year-old that did it
instead of the person who sent them.
You spent all your time looking for Winston instead of Cormac? So, again, a 5-year-old and a fucking 10-year-old threw a Molotov cocktail through your window, and you spent all your life tracking them down and not ever knowing why they did it?
Yeah.
You were good enough to find out who the 5-year-old was by name, but not good enough to find out why they did it in the first place.
I think if she would have just gone around and been like, I need to find Winston Scott to find out what happened, as opposed to, oh yeah, I'm about to do this nigga in.
Because Winston Scott was a legit businessman before all this shit happened with his brother. And you'd had no problem interviewing him. What the fuck?
Yeah. A little crazy.
Yeah, no, that one was a little bit irritating because I was like, he was 5. He just popped out of a fucking trunk.
Yeah. Oh, loved how the Bowery guys all had the suits on.
I love what they ended up doing though. Like how he ended up winning her over and why he knew that it was going to win her over the whole time.
Yep.
Like, look, man, I'm going to win regardless. Y'all niggas either come with me or not. Flat out.
Yeah.
Already got the Bowery. They already in there, suited up with coins.
Yep. All of them got coins. Ren and I in the Continental.
That's what's up. See, that's how you cure homelessness.
For sure.
Print them assassin coins.
That's crazy. Is there any character that I'm forgetting? Any plot point? I don't think I missed.
I think we covered everything, man.
Honestly, I think this was just as good as any John Wick movie. Maybe a slight.
I think this was perfect for primetime television.
Sure.
The film quality was absolutely theatrical quality. It just the way that the story, what they gave to us in this about, I guess, 4 hours worth of content, I don't think it was enough to carry a theatrical run, but it's good enough to watch and maybe rewatch on television for sure.
And I feel like if it was an actual show, this would be like a 10
they
episode
maybe
run.
stretch this out to like 6-7 episodes. They probably could have
more explanations and things like that. I feel like this would have been a great season 1 to Continental. So I liked it for everything that it did.
I wonder if they were ever able to get into that armory again after he broke that key in there.
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I would think there'd be a way to do that. A locksmith can just knock out the old lock and put in a new lock system. Drill it.
I mean, I don't know any locksmith. It'd probably have to be a pretty good.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not going to be Joe Schmo from down the street, but like a locksmith would be able to drill it in and then put new locks in there.
Oh shit!
But yeah, very interesting that they didn't even get a chance to use the armory at all. But they did what they needed to do. R.I.P. to Lemmy.
R.I.P. Lemmy. R.I.P. Frankie.
Yeah.
Anybody else die?
Hansel and Gretel, but welcome to the ops.
Hansel and Gretel. Oh yeah, no, definitely the ops. Hansel is old dude from No Country from Old Man's Father.
Yes. Yep.
That's his daddy.
No, facts. Oh, I hated those bob haircuts.
I was like, yo, who invited homeboy with the bob wig?
Hated the bob, but it is what it is. Nah, I guess they had to give the characters some kind of...
Not the Bayang!
They had to give them some kind of distinguishing characteristic. Trench coats and the bob cut was the way to go.
Fuck no. Give us your thoughts on Continental. All 3 parts in the comment prompt below. Like, share, and subscribe. Nothing John Wick related coming up, I don't think. But
June, but
we got plenty of other stuff for you to view. Take a look at the catalog that we got posted already. Come back when we got new stuff. We waiting on you.
Absolutely. And make sure that you subscribe because we will be reviewing everything that comes from the John Wick universe, the JWU.
I don't like it.
JWCU.
I don't like it.
The John Wick cinematic universe.
I don't want to do that.
We're going to talk about another cinematic universe in the W's and L's, but we'll get there. Anyway, make sure you check out, obviously, like I said, all the other Continental reviews that we've done, as well as John Wick 4, which we reviewed not too long ago.